Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Grill and Bar and Maeve's Bar Slider.
Every time that shagging door is left open, is everyone in? No? Close the door. Oh no, okay, thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Can anyone else hear that?
Yeah, me, yeah.
Brian, why is there music coming through my monitor? Okay. You're very, very welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kendy Raybo Live. Fair play to you for turning out again. In big numbers again, actually, fair play. Because we do genuinely worry that...
You do.
Yeah, I worry every time.
Every time.
That the more you put something on, the more people will find out,
Yeah.
is it a bit shit? You know, if you give people too much of it, they'll start to go, was that a bit shit last night? I think it was, yeah, it was a bit shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fair play to you all for coming out. Anyone travel from abroad or near or far or...
Any Mark's cousins in again, no?
No, yeah. Anyone come from Roscommon? Yeah.
Thank God someone represents the county.
Am I don't want to do this. I can't do this again.
Are you related to Mark? No. Odd. One of the few not related to him. Lovely.
Oh, we have a big family. Am I supposed to know you? Oh, thank the fucking Lord. I hate when that happens.
Where in Roscommon are you from?
Katoom.
Where's that? Oh, that's not Roscommon.
Yes, it is Roscommon, Ray. Why would you say that?
It's not.
Roscommon is a vast county of beauty, and we might traipse into Westmeath the odd time and see what... Do you know? No, fair play to you for coming down. What's your name? John.
Sorry for picking on you,
Of course
John.
it is. You just, yeah.
It just comes in Roscommon territory.
You know when you don't want people to know your name? John. His name
And
is...
that's Mary beside you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tis great.
That's John and Mary. Get the feckin' crunchies out. Okay, that's a bad reference. Yeah, so we're going to talk for a little bit. I say this every time. We're going... You hear me?
Oh, lads.
I have to fucking say this. We have to be very careful here. We have to be so careful. You're ruining all the aura of it. You know? So we have to be very careful when we say this, because we don't... You know, we love Andersons.
Love Andersons.
So,
There's a technical difficulty this evening.
yeah.
Yeah, as you can feel.
Yeah.
You can feel the technical
We had
difficulty.
to make a choice between heating and the smell of diesel. And we decided that we better go a little bit colder, but we'll warm each other up.
You know the way I'd normally be very nervous about this? We set out in the restaurant and they were trying to get the heating working in here. And there was a lot of diesel fumes.
I think they were using a 1.6 Peugeot to try and get the fucking thing going.
But I'm really relaxed.
Yeah, and bloodshot.
Whatever it was about the fumes.
Yeah, the diesel fumes have actually worked on Ray. We tried Guinness for ages. And it turns out diesel is actually what he needs to relax himself. The shoulders are down.
It brings you back to a happier time. Does anybody ever find that with a bus? You know when an old bus drives past you and you just smell the diesel from it and you're going, oh.
Well, that happened at my brother's wedding. He booked one of those, you know those old Volkswagen,
oh, yeah.
You know the VW buses, like the old VW buses. And we were like, oh class, let's take a load of pictures of this. Then you realise you have to get into that.
Yeah.
A 1960s van and go to a church in it.
And they're deadly. And
the engine is underneath the back seats.
Yeah.
And I was the best man. I turned to Joey and I said, am I out of it? I'd be fucking head, like the smell of fumes. And then like your man is in the front, there's no power steering. It's like, we'll be there in no time now, lads, you won't find it. Anyway, we're going to talk for whatever amount of time. And then we're going to take a little break. You can get a drink. And then we're going to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, Justine Stafford is in the house. She is a woman. We haven't...
A member of the...
She's an active member of the women's community in Ireland. Yes.
Yeah.
We're
I can't see her. I haven't seen her all night.
Yeah. We're going to find out, you know, what is it to be a woman
It's the first time in 5 years we've asked that question.
It's the first time in 5 years we've been allowed to talk to a woman.
Yes.
Yes.
Clearly, I also had to get married.
Not by the wives,
Yeah.
By the local government and police. No, I'm sure, that's terrible. Anyway, so we're going to do that. Other than that, we're going to chat a bit of shite. We're going to... It's Halloween, I suppose.
That's the first thing on my list.
Halloween, is it really? There we go, we're matched up. This is perfect. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Did you get trick-or-treaters?
This is what I want to talk about.
Do you get trick-or-treaters in towns?
This is what I want to talk about.
Can I ask you another question and then you more say to me, I want to talk about it?
So, we've been at our current residence for 15 years.
Yeah.
And not once, not one single Halloween have we got anybody coming to the door, despite buying stuff the whole time. We'd be inundated with sweets, which I quickly get through, obviously, in the following days.
Yeah, they usually last about a week, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're gone. But but we buy them every year, and I couldn't understand why nobody was calling to the door. And I found out what it was. Apparently, you have to decorate your door for people to call. Is that a thing? To anybody, people are nodding. Yeah, if the door isn't decorated, no decorations, no lights, they don't call. And that's why nobody's called to us for 15 years, not a single decoration.
Well, I rang my mother on Tuesday and I said, have you had anyone? And she said, Dad has the light turned off. So they live in an estate. When I was growing up in that estate, there was kids everywhere. The kids have changed, though. That's the one thing I will say.
Yeah.
We live in an estate in Sligo.
You do?
I'm not telling you where, but,
No.
you know. Ray is the one who gives out his address. But we live in an estate in Sligo, and there's always loads of kids, like. But they're getting more and more, like, what's the word? Brazen, is it? Or
Brazen.
There was three
Demanding.
lads. There was three lads. They were definitely 16-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. And they weren't dressed up. No, they had shopping bags. Mm-hmm. Right? But they had, what's that? North Face. They were all just wearing North Face, which is just what young lads wear. And do you know what he said to me? It opened up, and the biggest one of them said, trick or treat, yeah? Like a question, like, trick or treat, yeah, is it? Yeah.
Almost a threat.
Yeah, it was like a threat.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
this wasn't Chasing Abbey, was it?
I better get. Yeah, they were dressed.
Sounds very like Chasing Abbey.
They were dressed just like Chasing Abbey.
Which is scary at Halloween.
They said, oh my Kendy, won't you treat me? So that's what they were like. And then there was another young lad dressed as a pumpkin, right? He was this size. He was this size, right? And he came up to the door. His mother led him up to the door.
Yeah.
And I opened the door and I said, aren't you a lovely... And as I looked, he was gone by me into the house. And I was like, okay, look, no matter there. The controls over there, just bang on Nickelodeon or whatever. And the mother came up like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, well, he's squatting here now. Like, he's been here long enough now.
Did she run, did she?
She didn't want to come in then. Do you know what happened? She was like kind of doing that step over the door, like, oh, I guess, you know, like, I don't want to come in. Well, your child is already in here. You might as well move in, like. You can take the box room upstairs, no bother at all. Breakfast at 7:30 every morning. And I hope you like a crying baby. And the other thing as well, I noticed. Sorry now, Ray. I know you listen to stuff, but I fucking want to go for it. What is going on? What is going on? We'll both take a slug before we get into this, right? I have to drink this out side mouth.
I find punching it down work.
I haven't drank side mouth since I was hiding pints from my mother at the same function. I'd be there drinking pints of Bulmers like this while she's over there, like.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, what's going on with the fireworks? Has the border been wide open or something?
It was very immersive this year.
Man, it was like the Troubles all over again.
It was like something else is in the news.
I was looking out the window going, Jerry Adams is going to hop out of a bush here or something. I was like, but I kicked into gear. I was like, Nicola, there's a gun buried in the back garden, okay? So dig it up and let's fucking fortify this place, right? They're back, the Brits are back.
You wouldn't be surprised to see an old aid convoy coming into town. It's that bad.
No, the amount of fireworks that were going off, my daughter loved it, but every dog in the fucking town hated it.
Yeah.
Again, we were like a commune as well. They were in the back garden. I went up to there was a dog in the bed beside Nicola as well. Well, that's what she said it was anyway. She wouldn't lift the covers.
That's very good. For on a totally different level.
But I will say,
thinking of that.
Ray, it must have been a dog because there was something like a tail long. It was hanging out the side of the bed. And I was like, Jesus, that's a girthy tail.
Stop it.
There isn't a drop of hair on it now.
That's the name of the episode anyway. A girthy tail. I wanted to talk to you about Halloween decorations.
Yeah, okay.
Do you find, is it just me or are they not scary anymore?
Well, the Halloween outfits and decorations like that aren't scary anymore at all.
Is it just after you're 8? After that, it kind of wears off?
Yeah, like I wish that we would bring back the scary part of Halloween. But when I was a child, the scariest thing that happened to us was we couldn't see through the fucking holes in the mask. And my baby sister walked into the back of a Mondeo. Like, that was as scary as it got. You know the shite mask you buy in Super Value? And you'd be tipping around in a black bag, and this mask like that, like the mouth, you're nearly looking through the mouth, they're so bad, you're like, oh, I can't fucking see. She walked into the back of a Mondeo.
And I know the older Mondeos as well, they had that kind of lower boot as well.
Oh, jeez, I caught it right in the tie.
Anyway.
She hit an awful wallop.
So the reason I'm asking is because there's an establishment which I've referred to before in Ballina. It's a little restaurant we go to on our lunch breaks.
Yes.
And they had decorated the pub.
Yeah.
And over every table hung a plastic chain with a plastic decapitated foot. And,
Jesus.
And it was right here. So you're eating your sandwich and you're trying to see the, you know.
Ugh.
It just, I don't know, I don't get it.
Well,
it's not scary, but it's inconvenient.
Is it called a decapitated foot? Or is it just a head that could be decapitated?
Oh.
Can you decapitate a foot?
Or
are you decapitating the body? Which part of it is cut off?
Amputated foot.
Yeah, it was an amputated foot. The one thing I will say about...
Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Decapitation is all head-based.
And I think it's time we stop that kind of discrimination. And if there are any serial killers out there, just try a foot and see, like... Start with a foot and see where it goes. The other thing is, you could just be a filthy bastard in this world running a business and then just lay cobwebs up, because that's what Halloween decorations are anyway. Like, you know, you could walk into a shitbox of a place and go, "Geez, decorations are class in here." This place hasn't been cleaned since 1987. Like, that's what it fucking is, you know. Anyway, go on, keep going there.
That was all the Halloween stuff I had for you.
Okay,
I had an awkward meeting at, I went to see John Bishop in Knocknarea Arena. A fantabulous comedian.
A proper one.
A proper one. A real one. Got up on the stage. He did two halves, like ourselves.
Yeah.
Did them all by himself and just talked.
All by himself?
Yeah.
Fucking
But on the way in, I went to the toilet. And do you remember I don't know, are all of you people that may be listening to the podcast, I had an incident with a suit for my wedding. And it was shop in Donegal. And
what was the name of the shop? No, I don't. Everyone knows what it is. They're not associated with it.
I went to get a... What? Thanks very much. That wasn't a suit.
No, that wasn't. That was an EJ suit.
That was an EJ. Yeah. So there was another suit from shop in Donegal, and I met the man that fitted me out for it outside the John Bishop gig.
You're joking.
So myself, no.
And he probably said to you, "How was the funeral?" I presume that's what you were wearing it for.
No. So I was myself and Laura walking along. Laura had no idea this was who he was, but I went pure white and I went, "Oh God, I wasn't expecting this." "Oh, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, hello." And I'm like, "Did you hear the episode? Did you not hear the episode? Am I in trouble here? Do you know what I said?"
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. I didn't mention the suit once, so even if he hadn't heard the episode, he'd be surprised and ask why I didn't ask. You know, thanks very much. The wedding went great.
Does he still think that you wore that?
I
piece
don't
of shit?
know. It's all not known. It's not a piece of shit, Mark. It's just not the right one. I made the wrong
I know what
decisions.
happened there. Once every year, that company make fantastic suits all year round.
Yes.
And then to keep it interesting for themselves, once every year, they see some fool and they say, "Let's make him the victim this year." Like, so when you're worried, like, "Oh, they probably think I wore that suit," they were laughing their heads off when you left, saying, "Do you see what we put him in there?" The state of, you know.
Anyway, it's tough. That's the two bits of news I had for you. And the third thing I had then, Laura told me not to do it. So
you're about to do a bit.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, I love this, by the way. I love when, because Laura is right, like all the time.
She's
Ray
right.
So Ray, you're so stubborn. She told you this is going to be shit.
Yep.
And you said, no,
I don't think so. I think it'll be nice.
I'm so sorry for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, look at, you know, these things happen. It's a psychological test. You love these.
Okay.
Right? And
no, because these always bring out the worst in me.
I hope it doesn't.
I started admitting to shit that I didn't even fucking do it.
Psychological test, walk in the woods. You're going to have a walk in the woods here. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Right? I should have had relaxing music, but I don't. So, walk in the woods, right? Imagine yourself walking through a forest, right? Who are you walking with? Now, you're imagining this now.
But I have to lie, like...
No, you don't. Well, no, tell us the truth. This is the funny...
No, because in order to not get in trouble, I have to say Nicola.
Oh, no, say who you were going to say.
Okay, Rachel Riley.
Oh, okay, Rachel Riley. You come across an animal, yourself and Rachel. What kind of an animal is it?
Okay.
See, I want you to tell me what comes into your head.
So I tell you this.
Yes.
It's
what?
Okay, I tell you now, like.
Yeah.
Okay, we came across a rabbit.
Right, it's a rabbit. Yourself and Rachel Riley find a rabbit.
And I say, have you ever seen them ride?
No, I don't.
It's fucking phenomenal.
What does the animal do? It could be 2 or 3 animals, it doesn't matter.
So what does the animal do to us?
No, just in general. What does the animal do when you find it, yourself and Rachel?
Okay.
Ask for a constant
You have to tell. You have to tell me.
Oh, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Somehow it sticks up the finger at us. That's seriously what came into my head
was coming.
straight away.
Okay, so
Yep.
right. Then you spot a house in the forest. How big is the house?
She's a dormer.
It's a dormer, right?
It's a bungalow, and you're like, geez, that's a lovely, quaint bungalow, but there's actually 2 bedrooms in the roof. It's actually really efficient.
Does it have a fence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because you told me that now it...
It does all of a sudden have a fence?
Yeah.
Right, okay. You see a door, you see the door of the house is open and you go inside and you see a table. Describe what's on the table.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind. Yourself and Rachel.
A fruit bowl.
Oh, lovely.
Porridge.
And we're down into fairy tale land.
A
little bear eating the porridge.
No, there's a cauldron.
A cauldron?
Yeah,
on the
corner.
table?
Yeah, bacon soup. Oh, yeah, there's a severed foot hanging from the ceiling by a plastic chair. Okay.
No time of the year it is. Right, you go out the back door and you find a cup in the garden. What is the cup made of and what do you do with the cup?
The cup is made of what cups are made of? Ceramics.
Ceramic cup, right?
Ceramic cup. And
Yeah.
what's in it?
What do you do with the cup, yourself and Rachel?
What do we do with the cup? Okay, let's keep it simple. My head is going 90. We pick it up and we look into it. What the fuck is it?
You walk to the end of the garden, you find a body of water. What kind of a body of water is it? Is it a pond or a lake or a little swimming pool or what is
puddle.
it? Puddle. Right. And you have to cross this water to get home. How wet do you get?
Huh? Enough that, you know, when you're wearing fucking runners and you just go in a little bit and it ruins your whole day, then it goes up to fucking here or somewhere.
Right.
And you're like, fucking me socks.
Now for the results.
Is that it?
That's it. The results now. Right. So you imagine yourself walking through the forest. You're walking with Rachel Riley. She is the most important person in your life. That's okay.
I'm in awful trouble.
You came across an animal, and I asked you what kind of an animal. The size of the animal is a representation of your problems.
So I have very small problems.
Very small problems.
For now.
Yep. Ali, essentially. Your daughter.
Yeah.
What does the animal do? You said it did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it did it that quick as well.
Yep.
Like you thought, like it's that's lovely. What the fuck? You know.
If the action was severe, you are more aggressive. So it's actually a reflection on you.
Oh, I'm aggressive, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm aggressive. Yeah.
You're the aggressive
is
one.
it?
Yeah. So the house then in the forest. How big is the house? Does it have a fence? The size of the house represents the size of your ambitions. A dormer.
So. Really, what that said is like I'm hiding something upstairs, kind of. Yeah. And I'm not sure if I want to use it or not. Because everyone who has a dormer house, it's never done.
No,
you
it's
know
never
what I mean?
done.
So
Ever.
I'll never reach my ambitions, is what that dormer says.
No, and the fence represents how open you are.
Oh, this is a big fucking Walking Dead fence. And this thing was...
Yeah, okay.
In my head, it was up to fucking...
You went in and you seen a table. If you describe things like food, the porridge, and the flowers, it would say that you are happy in yourself.
I said a fruit bowl.
You did, fruit bowl. You said fruit bowl. No, you said flowers as well.
Did I?
I think you did. Okay, Brian, can you play back that section of the podcast there? Just give us 2 minutes
I definitely said a fruit bowl.
All right, well, that's good. It means you're happy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. You go up the back door, you found a cup in the garden. The durability of the cup describes how strong you and Rachel's relationship is.
My what?
The durability of the cup describes how strong your relationship is.
Did I give this cup an ability?
What? Ceramic. So, is that very durable? Not really, no. Fair point. And apparently what you do with the cup represents your attitude towards them. So you looked into the cup.
Right.
So you want to look into Rachel.
Oh, I'd love to have a look inside her now, yeah.
That's surprisingly true.
I'd love to see out the far side. Do you know, like a telescope?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Right, down to the end now. You walked to the end of the garden, you found a body of water, and you said the body of water was a puddle. The size of the body of water represents the size of your most intimate desires.
But you're all I could ever muster up, Ray, was a puddle. Like, do you know?
And how wet you get is how much you think of these desires. So obviously, you think about them a lot. Because you got very wet, you said.
No, I didn't. I said only my sock got wet.
That's enough.
Yeah, but is it either? So, Like, I would look at that differently than you would. I'd be looking at it going, so this is all about ambition and where you are in your life.
Yeah, and
I think that stepping into a puddle is exactly how I feel, if I'm being honest. You're just going, fuck this.
The puddle was more about your sex life, in fairness. Now,
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I could not give a puddle.
Sex life,
no way.
as in if you described a sea, that's...
Oh.
Yeah.
You're getting too literal with this now. There's no way I'd produce that of that magnitude. No way. A puddle.
That's true. Which a puddle is probably all you...
Maybe what was left in the cup, maybe. That's more realistic. That'd make a bit more sense.
Yeah.
Did you do this as well?
I did this, yeah. Actually, my first thought was, who am I walking with? It was Jamie Cawley, the man that works in Lily's bar.
What?
Yeah. Laura, it's a TikTok that came up, and we're just lying in the bed, and Laura says, "Here, we'll do this for the crack." And she said, "You're walking in the forest. Who did you think of?" I said, "Jamie."
That is the weirdest answer I've ever heard. Why
I don't know. Me and Jamie were walking through the forest and discovering things and whatnot.
And what animal did you see?
I can't even remember. Did anyone remember, Laura? Do you remember what animal?
Did anyone? How many people were there? Ray was leaving his car keys in a bowl. You're like, there's 4 of us in the bed. Let's all do this together.
It's just a small party.
All married couples, like.
Yeah,
It's a
of
day
course,
out.
yeah. Some crack if there
Did
was a gang
anyone
of us.
remember, he asked? Like, what? Or somebody here, like, that were in that fucking bed?
Anyway, I don't remember. It's just
You don't remember what the animal was, no?
No.
Or what the house was or anything like that?
No.
Like, I think you'd take it very literally and you'd be
I
like...
did. I really enjoyed it. And that's why I said, I'm going to do this with Mark at the live show. And Laura said, no, that'll be a disaster.
I think it was actually not too
It wasn't
bad.
too bad,
It wasn't the
you
worst
know.
thing you've ever done
Yeah,
in your whole
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Have you any other bits, Ray, that you
I
want
have
to get
one
to?
last bit that I need
Okay.
to get you. Now,
Okay.
6% left in the phone.
Okay.
And I had, right, so, you know me and the sleep talking?
Oh, fuck me. Okay, sorry now. I have to say this. I'm getting some inside knowledge of all this sleep talking stuff because wives talk to each other. And I've heard that it has gotten very bad.
It's gone very bad.
Yeah. Beyond the joke bad.
It's gone beyond the joke bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure now this is working. Wait till I just play a tune here. Brian, is this working? Can you tell me? Hold on, we play a tune here now. There we are. That's working. I did tell him that the clip I was going to play was very low.
Fuck me, I'm awake now.
Do you know something? You couldn't even rehearse this. You wouldn't have got that. Anyway,
Christ
here we go.
almighty.
So a little selection of last week's sleep talking, and yeah, here we go. Ready? Oh, she's up loud.
How are you getting on?
So that was one of the real. You like that?
Which one of them were you
So can
talking
you
to when you
imagine
said
lying?
that?
Can you imagine lying in bed with someone, and then next thing?
How are you getting on?
Like, married life is not turning out the way you want it to do. That's what's happening, you know? So here we go then with the rest of us.
You sounded like you were doing... You know whenever the priest is doing... Blessing the fucking...
Oh, and he's doing the little prayer over the communion.
Yeah. For no one else to... I'm like,
Yeah.
how come we have to listen to you for the rest of it? What are you saying to that piece of bread there? Yeah. Why can't we know anything about that?
Yeah.
So what did you say there?
I hadn't a clue.
Okay.
It's unintelligible.
Blessed with that, you just stop that. Oh, look off the end of the yolks and the yolks, the back so hanging off the yolk.
Hanging off the yoke.
Something about hanging off the yoke. I don't know what I was hanging off.
There's no one hanging off that yoke, I'd say, if you keep this going. You would do well to get anyone to hang off that
It'll
again.
be a lonesome yoke.
Oh, fucking
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
You've a hanging out of yourself. Go on.
Stop. Christ above.
Who's slapping who? Are you slapping the head of him? 'Cause-
yeah, she could have stopped me at that point. That was the slap.
Jeez, you hit him an awful wallop.
But then, wait till you hear this.
Ray, are you okay?
Okay.
What are you doing?
She hit you again.
Okay. Sorry about that.
But what happens is, she asked me if I'm okay. I'd be out standing in the room, just standing there in the dark going, I'm nearly sure something was going on.
Yeah, what happens to you in that? So you're out of the bed, like.
I'm
and
out of
up.
the bed looking for the thing I was looking for, or doing the thing I was going to do.
So did we tell people about the time that you were trying to hang leads, like like speaker leads or microphone leads
Oh, yeah.
out the top window of your house.
Yeah, I dreamt I was in the back of a van at a gig. And I dreamt that the music had stopped, which was very like the room I was in at the time because it was very quiet. And I said, this is at home in our dorm or house with the 2 rooms.
Yeah.
And I thought I must get out of the van and see if the generator has died. So I went to open the upstairs window of the gable wall.
And
I went to step out. And then the wind hit me and I woke up.
Jesus
I
Christ.
mightn't have been here today only for the wind.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the wind and Mayo.
The last one here now is my last clip for this.
Okay.
And this is where Laura resorts to.
More slaps.
Alternatives.
Like I just said, like you have to be careful, Laura, because this is all getting recorded. And we now know that you're slapping the head off
Yeah.
him every time that you're...
Ready?
Are you okay? Big Shh, just wake
And
up.
then she's
Ray.
blaming me, saying, oh yeah, he's sleep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're after waking up naturally, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your face is sore. Oh. No, it couldn't be.
Right, here we go.
What?
Are you okay?
That was me asking her if she's okay. While both of us were very asleep at the time.
Yeah, I was asleep. What's wrong?
Sorry.
Apologies.
Oh, there was something let off there now.
Wait for it.
There was some kind of relief there for
Wait
sure.
for it.
Back to Sean's bed for you.
Back to Sean's bed for you. I do be banished to Sean O'Reilly's room
Jesus.
when he's not there.
And there's about 10 of you in that room as well, I'd say. When you get, oh, when he's not there.
When
is
he's
that what you
not
just
there.
said?
But the thing about Sean O'Reilly is you never know what time that man will come home at.
Yeah.
So you could be banished to Sean's
And he'll
room.
cuddle up to anything. Once
He
it's in
will,
his,
yeah.
Once it's in his bed, he's like, fuck it, I'll
and
go
God
first.
forbid if there's more than just Sean there, you know.
Well, fucking, Laura, like, well, back into my room. I may put up with this fucking sleep talking because otherwise, we might take a wee break. Go get yourselves drinking. Back 5-10 minutes with Justine Stafford.
Thanks, folks. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around.
Is everybody in?
Is everybody back
Are
in
we
again?
missing anyone?
Someone told me there in half-time, might have been Ian. He said I went into the hand dryer there just to warm up the hands. It's fuck me, they're well toasted up. Okay, so we're going to get on with the show. We do have some stuff that we need to do, but we will do it after, Ray, we get our guest up, won't we?
Yeah, are you excited to see our guest? Woohoo! It's the
Liv.
first woman we've ever had on the show.
Don't be nervous.
Don't be nervous.
No talking about, whatever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Justine Stafford!
Mind the step there now. There you are now.
Ever
Mind
the
step.
gentleman. How did he know where her hand was?
You're absolutely,
Look at that.
You're
Jeez.
absolutely rehearsed that.
Lads, oh,
This whole thing is falling apart. Jesus
getting
Christ.
flashed here.
Fucking hell.
Jesus, this is... Lads, I have to leave the coat on because it's a bit
You're
nippy.
perished. I could feel it in
I'm
your
telling you.
hand.
But I might take it off in time. But I'll tell you, the smell of diesel is class because it just reminds me of home because I live close to the border and I'll tell you, the fuel there is more washed than the
Yeah,
doctor's
yeah.
hands,
You're
you
getting the
know.
old smuggling vibes again, aren't you? You're like, jeez,
yeah.
I remember the days.
You're from Nobber.
I am from Nobber.
How did that affect you growing up?
Did that affect... I'd say, yeah, look it. Yeah, it did, I'd say.
But the-
in a good way. Like, you couldn't be depressed if you're getting a letter in the post that says...
Nobber.
Nobber. And it's right beside a place called Muff Crescent. So, I mean... like, you couldn't be depressed.
Someone was taking the piss there, for sure. Call it Nobber. Yeah, anyway. So, do you still live in Nobber, no?
No, I live up in the Big Smoke now. And this is why it's
Derry.
great.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, I live in Dublin now, but this is why I love coming down here because it's so nice to pay for a pint and actually get change for a fiver. Because like that's I get that in Nobber the odd time, or I remember coming down here in college and there was 2.50 pints.
250 for...
In the Leitrim bar.
Yeah. Wow. What a reaction. Let's hear it for the Leitrim bar, everybody.
I'd love to say I could remember those nights. I really do. I'd love to say, but 2.50.
Do you remember the stripper pole in the Leitrim bar?
Ray, I was going to ask that, and then I said, you know what, I won't, because we're not going to go across
do
that.
you know what? I think that poll might have caused COVID. I'm not going to lie. It might have actually...
It caused a lot of stuff, that.
Right, the coat's off. I've
Coat's
warmed
off.
up. I've warmed off. Oh. There's no money in it.
If we were doing merchandise, coats would have been a good idea tonight.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, we would have sold a fortune of them.
Hats and scarves. Get into the winter.
Yeah, we like a JA match going down. Hat scarves and headbands job
Yeah,
on the way
yeah,
into in the way in the door would have been deadly. Now, here's the thing: we are supposed to ask you loads of nice questions. I know we just asked there. Oh no, sorry. Go back to Dublin. Why? What? Why?
Why did you go there?
I went to college there,
Okay.
so I studied film up in the
This is the
Studied
thing.
films.
film. Yeah,
You
film.
went to the cinema.
Did you know?
I went to the cinema. Yeah, like pretty much.
So have you stayed there? I don't want. This is. I have 100,000 questions actually. Now, first of all, should I ask you what age you are? No.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, you
You don't mind?
I'm 29.
29. You don't look a day over 28. Okay, that's
I-
great. Oh, there we go. That's nice. That's gone. So have you been there since college?
I have, yeah.
So what is it about Dublin that? What's wrong with you? What I'm trying to get.
I know, and this is the thing, like, because when I go home, like, when I moved to Dublin, I genuinely had to learn to enunciate because our first day at college, the lecturer went around to everyone and he was like, how you getting on? And he came to me and I was like, oh, just grand on a mother, you know? And he was like, I'm sorry, I cannot understand a word you're saying.
You're not going to last a day in this place.
No, but sure, I remember the first day of college, people were like on about ATM machines. They're like, that ATM is giving out tenors, right? I genuinely believe the ATM was just giving out tenors. And they were like, no, like, if you need a smaller note than a 20, you can get a tenor.
Jeez.
So it was a big learning time for me.
Do you talk differently no matter depending on where you are now?
Oh, Jesus. The second I start leaving Dublin, the jaw starts dropping down and I'm home.
Do you have
know?
a default mix of the two, is it?
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Just for, you know,
Character.
so I don't need a translator with me everywhere.
So can you can do you reckon that I get this a lot, right?
Yeah.
I'm from Roscommon.
Yes.
And if I go home to Roscommon now, they say, do you hear that bollocks with the Sligo accent, right?
Yeah.
And I've only been here 12 years or something like that. Are you getting a Dublin accent now?
Jesus, no.
God forbid.
Like, even I might get the odd acting thing to be like, can you do a Dublin accent? I'm like, I'm just gonna rule myself out of this now. You don't want to hear that.
Can
Like,
you do it?
I can do like a bit of a north side one I could try. South side, not a hope.
We'll let Mark do you do your one first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
always one word I think with Dublin, if you want to transform your head into Dublin, and the word is here. So I say here,
Yeah.
whereas they go here.
Immediately.
And that's how you now fucking why you're bringing a baby on an airplane. Now fucking why here. Now that's how you.
See, the word here to me is so Dundalk. I'm like, here,
Here,
come
yeah.
here, hey, oh Jesus.
But it's I'm shit. Like if I do a Dublin accent, people message and say, "You
Stop
sound
doing
like-"
that.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Mostly
And
Dublin
Yeah.
people.
stop giving out about it and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, mostly Dublin people
Mostly
as well.
Dublin
Yeah.
people, yeah.
So you get a lot of abuse for it as well. But there's definitely, and I don't know if you see it in Dublin. There's a separation between Dublin and the rest of
Oh, 100%.
the world, not just Ireland. The world.
Completely. But like that's the thing. Even if I go into the south side, I just know I don't belong, and they know it too. They can smell it off me. They're like, this one.
Diesel. They smell diesel off you.
Diesel, yeah. But even like, you know, that whole thing, I think it's poetry. Someone was saying before about someone on the south side carrying 2 pints of Heineken is the Leinster handcuffs. Because they're rugby fans and they're just like this,
Yeah,
carrying
yeah.
them down to the bar. I don't belong in that world.
So
I
do you
don't.
relate more to the Northerners then?
Yeah, I've always lived on the north side because it's closer to home. So,
Oh.
that's
So
as-
what do you do then in Dublin bar? I presume smoke fags on the Liffey? I don't know what. Like what are you doing now?
I'm like insanely like full time doing comedy. So
So you're doing stand-up comedy?
yeah, so I worked with a company Joe.ie for 5 years, and I was doing like so.
That's where you go, ooh.
Come on, lads, don't let us down here now.
They're still just shocked I'm a woman as well. Everyone's taking a while
There's
to
no
warm
way
into
they've
it.
done it.
I know, but so yeah, and then it was actually thanks to COVID that I left because I started doing my own videos online, like, and they took off. And it's a weird one because, you know, COVID was a time there was so much loss and it was a depressing time, but like career-wise, Jesus.
Great.
It's a kind of a thing you were like, God, can I be very positive about this? But I just took the decision, feck it, I'll try it. And I'd never been self-employed before, so that was a big...
What did you do before that? Like you're saying, oh, COVID came around and I decided to change.
Yeah, well, I worked at McDonald's because, you know...
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, you know, I was in college. I needed a bit of money.
Which McDonald's?
O'Connell Street, 24
Oh.
hours. All Ireland
HQ.
final day was the worst day of the year when you're working there. But the funniest thing, like, when I started working there, they bring you in on day one, right? This is genuine. If anyone has ever worked, they can relate to this. They bring you in on day one and they go through what to do. You have to get like safety and training procedure. And they go through what to do if someone rings and says they've planted a bomb in the restaurant. Genuinely,
That
right?
day one?
Day one. I thought to be learning how to make a McFlurry, you know,
Yeah.
or if the machine is working that
That's
day.
never working.
No.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the tie in the Happy Meal. But I was like, this is day one, right? And then they go through the procedure, and step one, in case you're wondering, listen out and see if they use any McDonald's terminology, as it may mean they're a former employee.
Oh, wow.
So I'm there thinking, how bad do you have to treat your staff that when they leave, there's a risk they're going to bomb the place?
But it must have happened before.
This is it. And then I'm like, sorry, what even is McDonald's terminology? Like, what is that called? Like, hello, this is the McTerrorist. I put a McBomb under the McTable.
I'm about to Ronald McDonald all over this fish if you all don't mind.
Yeah. So look, I had to leave that job after calling a bomb threat, but yeah, that was. Yeah.
So that's your career up until now. Are you, and I'm not asking for me now, are you single?
I am very.
That got a woo. Not Joe Dottie, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't had much luck. Like, it's just, even when the problem is, people struggle with the videos I do online, okay? Because I have this recurring video where I do, this creepy uncle character.
But with a big filter. They can face the size of the moon.
Yeah. And I get people stop me and be like, I love the potato face. And I'm like, right, I'm just known as a... But I was seeing a guy... And he genuinely blocked me and never spoke to me again because I put up that video.
Hang on now, this is a comedy show, Justine, please.
I know. But, and in my head, I'm kind of like, is that, you know, I kind of get it in a way in that, like, maybe now when we're riding, he was just like, I can only see, you know, my uncle. And this guy, and I'm not joking you, this lad used to close his eyes. And now I'm thinking that was why.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
I rejoined the apps very briefly, and genuinely, like, I'm now getting messages off people being like, I hope the creepy uncle makes an appearance.
Yeah, it could be a kink.
Like, maybe I should do an OnlyFans as the creepy uncle.
As the creepy uncle.
Have you an OnlyFans with the creepy uncle? No, but the thing is, fellas are fucked up. Fellas are so weird. And I'm probably one of them. So
He likes girls farting.
no, I don't like girls farting.
That's what he
It's
likes.
not what I like.
He
Stop,
watches
don't say
videos
that.
of
My
women
video.
farting.
Queef. How do you feel
No.
about a queef?
Sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. Can I tell you a story about... we said we wouldn't get vulgar.
Man, Jesus, no.
I went to visit a friend of mine in Maynooth College, and I tell you what, there was nothing holy about that night, because there was all this build-up of a woman called Mary, right?
Yeah.
Her real name was Mary.
What?
And all the talk all day, I went to visit them for the day, and all the talk all day was, there's a girl, like, who can do this, like, and she'd be at the house party tonight.
Do what?
She can, on command, make
What?
that happen. Fuck me, Ray! I'm gonna spell
And
it
hang
off
on
you.
now.
She
You're
queef.
telling me she's doing it for free?
Yeah, yeah. Well, she probably not now. She probably has OnlyFans now. Who knows? But anyway, she could queef on command. Oh my god, I hate to say this even. Fuck me.
Isn't queef just another word for a fart?
It's a...
Are
well,
you
it's
innocent?
out of it.
Oh, wait,
You
no,
are
it's
the
not.
most innocent man that ever lived. You must be the most innocent man that ever lived.
Queef on command sounds like a TG Carr weather presenter, doesn't it?
We're going to hand you over now to Queef on command. And
Go many Giri.
but like, oh. Anyway, we were
Sorry.
young, and we were like, "Fuck it, I want to see this fucking thing happen." I won't get into it too much more than this. I'd say
You've never
she did
told
it.
me this story.
She took in a breath.
She did?
Not a breath, like she took in a breath, right? And this sound with right, and I was like, and I was like, "Oh, that was this. That's mental." No, that was her taking in the breath.
Okay.
And then and like my hair started fluctuating in the wind. So I was like, Jesus Christ, man, that's on a Richter scale. I was fucking, and it's the only time I ever seen this, and I said, I don't need to go to Amsterdam now. I've seen the pinnacle
Oh no, you couldn't
That's
top
what
that.
women-
Mary is bringing her A game. That's
But your Mary's probably
unbelievable.
out there now going, I'm still at it, like all the time, 12 years later.
Are you still at the queefing, Mary? Are you?
You're queefing away, Mary. You're good. We never get the talk about this. I'm so sorry if anyone's
Can
like,
I
well, that's
ask-
disgusting.
You on one of your videos recently, you mentioned a thing called field, and I hadn't heard of it. This is only the last few days, and I looked it up. And I said, what is field? F-E-E-L-D.
Now,
I thought it was farming related.
I did too, right? And
Dating
I thought
for farmers,
Maybe
field.
I know, and I thought maybe my father will have a bit of respect. I'll look into this app. I'll
Yeah.
bring home a farmer. All will be well, you
Yeah.
know. Jesus, no, it's and like each to their own. But it's a website, a dating website for if you're into very, very kinky things. Like Mary would be tame. Mary will be tame in this world. And I literally put up an account being like, I'm literally just looking for a relationship. I might be on the wrong site. And then I had all these people messaging being like, we're having a foursome. Would you be able to come over?
Golfing.
Yeah, doubles and tennis. It was a doubles match we were going for. I was like, Jesus, it was a bit much for me now.
And in Ireland.
Yeah.
This dirty shit has
But
gone on
like
in this
the only
country.
thing I'll say is like I wouldn't be into wild stuff. You're describing
His
the
wildest
puddle,
dreams.
our puddles. That's as
Your
far as
puddle's
your
nice. Yeah.
mind goes. But like the idea of being tied up, right? At initial thought, I'm like, God, that's a bit odd. But then I'm like, hang on, that's the dream. Like you just lie there and get everything done to you. Now, who doesn't want that? That sounds tempting. The only issue is if they, maybe head off and leave you there for a week.
I'm back in 3
Yeah.
days. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're going deeper now than we ever do. We said we were clean, Ray. We're supposed to be a clean podcast.
We said this before, that we don't really talk about dirty stuff.
Yeah,
we
what
keep
other
it kind of
sex
innocent.
stuff, though? Let's talk sex. No, I'm joking, of course. So we don't have to. We don't have to go all the way down that road. Jesus Christ Almighty, no. What are you, and what are you going to be for the next couple of years? You're doing
Jesus.
stand-up comedy now, and then that's what you do for your life.
Yeah, well, like, no. Oh, God.
You don't have to sign that one. Not your father.
You sound like you genuine. And my father, to his dying day, I could be, selling out arenas. He'd be like, would you not be a primary school teacher?
Yes.
Geez, it'd be a great job for you now. And you could do your little videos,
Yeah.
And he means well. Like, he doesn't mean it in a negative way. I'm just like, oh, thanks, Dad. I feel accepted. But I do stand up, but I'd like to get more into, and I do like writing for comedy, and I'd love to do more acting in comedy shows, and like that's really the dream for me.
I think you'd be class at it as well.
Like
actually,
Sharon
genuinely.
Horgan did Bad Sisters there. She's my absolute idol.
Go ahead.
Sharon Horgan is the pinnacle to me, so if I could get into that. She's also from Meath, so I'm like...
So all the talent is in Meath, then obviously.
We've all...
Well, the one thing is, I know, speaking of talent there and where you want to go in your life and how me and Ray are pieces of shit, you did the two Johnnies.
Whoa, now. That's not the end of the sentence.
Let's leave it there.
Yes, you did the two Johnnies, we heard.
We met on field. And
They wanted the third.
So what,
not a Johnny between them.
like,
No, lovely people, lovely lads. Let's not go down that route.
you need to be honest now, but not fully honest now. 'Cause don't break my heart. You've dealt with those two.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've come up to us, two testosterone-driven, hilarious people.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose,
You had to pick between the two Johnnies and the wish two Johnnies. Who'd you pick? Don't answer it now. Wait till
when?
wait till later.
here's what we're going to do, right? Okay, are we going to do the game first?
I think we do the game.
How are you getting on? My name is AI Adam, and I'm new to the Kendy and Raybo podcast. The lads asked me to help make this marvelous game work on a podcast, as opposed to seeing it happen live at the show last week in Anderson's tremendous event center. On the night everyone could see the next word, the hosts had to include in the story on big fancy telescreens provided by Brian McDermott of the Brian McDermott Band, featuring Brian McDermott. Seeing as ye can't see the screens, I'm going to let you know what word is coming up next each time. Fair play to me. Now back to the live show.
The game goes along the lines of there'll be a word coming up on the screens, and Brian will have a big intro and everything. There'll be a word coming up on the screens. He'll be able to see the word, and then one of us has to get the word into the story. And then once that person gets the word into the story, it flicks to someone else. So say your word is, I don't know, pantaloons.
Christ almighty.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you start your story there. Now, me and Justine will conscientiously listen as you get that word into the story. Now, don't throw the load straight away and kind of go, pantaloons. And then...
Oh, so I have to say, geez, I must tell you, Ray.
Yes.
I haven't a clue what pantaloons are.
Done.
And then that's the thing.
And then you'll hear a ding.
Oh, and then...
Yeah, and then it'll move on to one of us and we'll have a word. So, right, okay.
Okay, right, yeah.
Start the story.
Fair play to me.
Well, I tell you now, I made it all the way down from Dublin. Fair play to me.
Oh, that's as quick as that. I think I'm supposed to go on with the story here.
Queef.
And you're meant to do your one.
Yeah, but we can keep a conversation going.
I was on the train with Justine.
Yeah.
And the two of us were sitting at a table.
Oh, yeah.
And there was an elderly lady across from us. Right? And that elderly lady, she was asleep for the first half. It was just odd, and she'd taken up 2 seats. And as the train got less busy, right? You know, you could be alone with your own thoughts. And out of nowhere, while she was snoozing there in the corner, Justine will tell you, she queefed.
Mary, was it?
It was Mary, yeah. Mary. So now you have to carry on the story. That's how it works.
The next word is osmosis, and Kendy may not know what osmosis means.
Yeah,
I actually know that girl.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Is she an old woman now?
She's an old woman
when
now.
I met her, she was very young.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'm trying to remember now, Mary. She was telling me about a condition she had.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was telling me about a cream she was using. She was telling me about this thing she searched on the internet between queefs, and I haven't a clue. I didn't know what it meant, but I know that it's not a condition she had. I did remember that. But she called it osmosis. Now, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what she meant by it, but I certainly Googled it after this live show, and I figured out.
Father Larry.
Yeah, but she had that condition for a long time. And I remember, back in the day, so Jesus, where would you send her? And the doctor had a look, and he said, I can't help you there. So they sent her down to Father Larry.
Did they?
Fanny pack.
So Father Larry, anyway. I know Father Larry quite well. Right. Yeah, he's a priest there in the Midlands, and he'd be progressive. He would probably hang around with the Protestant deacons a lot more than the normal Catholic priest. So he'd be very much like, obviously they'd have the wives, and he was just a man of this world,
Yeah.
And Father Larry obviously looked at Mary and Mary, Jesus Christ, between the osmosis now and the queefing, you're riddled, riddled with stuff going wrong, and she was affecting her socially. So he just out of nowhere over lunch, he just said, something? Have you ever tried a fanny pack?
Kumquat.
Mark will plough on there now.
Well,
he was there the day she offered it to her. Yeah.
Whenever she took that fanny pack.
Fanny pack, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, I don't know if this is going to work, but kumquat will, I'll try it.
It was,
What did she say?
She said, kumquat will. She said, kumquat will, I'm going to try this thing.
Yeah.
Shifting cousins.
Because Kumquat Will was a local man. He'd gotten a fanny pack.
Big into the fruit, was he?
He was big into the fruit.
Yeah.
And he had gotten a fanny pack too.
Right.
And the pair of them, sure Jesus, didn't hit it off.
Yeah.
Because they, both had the fanny packs. And they thought, sure, look, we'll go out on the town and see what happens. And lo and behold, they ended up together. But, Jesus, there was a dark turn in the whole thing because they then discovered, after looking down through the family history, they were shifting cousins.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Anyway. Oh, this isn't too bad. So this got back to Father Larry. And little did he think that he would have been starting this. So Father Larry tipped down to Kumquat Wills. Kumquat Will is...
Mary.
Mary was with Kumquat Will at the time, and the two of them were obviously related. So Father Larry thought, best thing to do here now is, blood will deal with blood. Go down and talk to Kumquat Will's family. Just to try and, so Kumquat Will was actually an immigrant from Albufeira. And his mother, Fidelma. Fidelma, anyway, Father Larry told Fidelma the whole story about the fanny packs and the osmosis and the queefing and Jesus. And Jesus, did she cringe? I'll tell you. Did she cringe, huh?
Moist.
But
Did you say that they were in Albufeira?
no, the family, Kumquat Will and the mother Fidelma were originally from Albufeira.
Were they?
And they were living here in the Midlands.
Have you ever... this is completely off topic now. Have you ever been to Albufeira like around August?
Not myself, no. Yourself?
No.
Beautiful around there. Like there's the right amount of humidity. And I don't know, the air is like very moist or something. I don't know what it is about. Sorry, no, I know I'm a top topic there. I don't know what
French or lesbian.
Speaking of moist.
The world is your oyster now.
It's funny you say that because I know that
You can take your time now getting to this.
what were you going to say there again? Sorry, no, I'm with you again. Go on.
Kumquat Will,
Yeah.
came from Albufeira.
I did indeed, yeah.
But didn't he have a sister?
I didn't know he had a
He
sister.
did, Dimpna. But Dimpna she spoke very elegantly.
Yes.
She did, and she had the fanny pack too.
You wouldn't think she was from Albufeira,
You
put it
wouldn't,
like that.
I'll tell you, you wouldn't.
No.
And she used to wear a beret.
A what?
A beret.
A bra? Oh, a beret. A beret, like a French hat.
A French.
Oh, a beret.
Yes.
beret. Oh, God, Dimpna. And Dimpna, would attract a lot of different people.
Yeah.
A
With
lot
the
of people
beret.
they were taken by the beret.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the time people would wonder, is she French or lesbian?
I hadn't a clue you were going with that.
There's a
I
fine
didn't
line.
either.
Floozy.
There's a very fine line between French or lesbian. I must say. There's also a very fine line between French or ignorant, but we won't get into that too much, okay? Sorry, Ray, were you going to say something there?
Let's talk about Dimpna for a minute. Sorry, Your Honour. You hear the stories about Dimpna?
I didn't.
No, she was young and she was lethal, so she was. Lethal. Yeah. Like teenage discos, like. I mean, she had the mother's heart broken.
Stop.
Yeah, you'd hear...
Poor Fidelma.
You'd hear Fidelma at Mass and Sundays, and she'd be talking to the girls. She'd say, an absolute floozy of a daughter. She is.
Was she?
She was going... Leave Dimpna alone now. She was going through...
Yeah, going through a time.
She was.
Yeah, defend.
She was.
The next word is ganache, a whipped filling of chocolate and cream used in cakes and truffles.
Do you know something, Ray, though?
What?
What was I going to say to you again there? Did you say something about that girl?
Dimpna, she was a bit wild in her younger
You said
years.
she was floozy.
I did, yeah. Well, that's what her mother called her.
I'm going to fucking take a stab in the dark here now. You've an off. You have a lot of ganache coming out with a statement like that, though.
What's that? Something like what?
Do you know when someone has a lot of ganache, like a lot of chutzpah? You have a lot of chutzpah, you have a lot of ganache coming out now with a statement like that for a man like you.
What does ganache mean?
Do you know? It's kind of like, you know, you have an awful neck on you. It's something like that.
Is it?
Yeah. It does, yeah.
What do you think of that, Justine?
Ganache. Well, there'd be a bit of cream in a ganache.
Is there?
There'd be a bit of cream, yeah.
Is ganache a dessert? We're not supposed to break this up.
Yes, go on.
Um,
I panicked.
Turkish hairlines,
Jesus, I don't.
This is your last one now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It is.
Yeah, finish on a high.
Dimpna though.
Yeah.
Poor old Dimpna. She was doing a line with a fella who worked in the local shop, right? And he was a harmless type of a lad. You know the type, harmless. But God, you know, he suffered awful with the.
What did he suffer with?
Hair loss, right? Suffered awful with the hair loss.
Yeah.
All over him.
All over him.
All over him.
Be
Yeah.
some fellas that'd love that.
Yeah.
Saved him a fortune in clinics.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
do you know what? He had to go out to the clinics and he had to go, and now he has the Turkish hairlines.
I didn't mean to help you there.
You bitches in
Fuck,
cahoots.
you did.
horse box,
So you're saying that now this fella that Dipna's doing or did the line with?
Oh, well, they're on and off.
They're on and off. What was his name? Just for context.
PJ.
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 He'd be from Ballinasloe, wouldn't he?
That's him. Yeah.
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 PJ was from Ballinasloe, because I know a story about PJ.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, he's big into horses, obviously. He's from Ballinasloe.
look at it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's a serious ganache for them.
That was a good use of that word. Well done.
PJ'd be very, very, very into horses. He'd have a lot of them, but he wouldn't be used to transporting them.
Oh, stop.
But he had a grow on him, a ganache one might say, for the Sligo races. Not Sligo races, Galway races, the big
Yeah,
ones.
the big ones.
Not the Sligo wasn't the big race. But I'm saying Galway was a bit bigger. But he wanted to go to the up there, didn't I?
It's a total disgrace how you
It's the
said
end
that.
of our
about
shows.
Sligo.
Galway races, he wanted to go to them. What was his childhood dream? Go to
Stop.
Galway races, yeah. So he bought a horse
Dream
box.
very big.
Go on anyway.
Kendy's final word is giblets, which should wrap up this story nicely.
This is it now.
I'm sorry, I know I missed a lot of what you said there. But the reason I did, Ray, and I have to be fully honest with you, it's fucking, we got to wrap this up because I am freezing my giblets off right now.
That was very good.
That was exactly, if you didn't know that, we rehearsed that. That's word for word. A conversation I heard up in Columbus years ago.
I have to say thank you to Laura for putting that together.
Fair play to
Incredible.
Laura.
Yeah. And Emma as well for picking the words. Fair play.
Okay, so before we go any further and open up this stuff, I do want to... Do you want to start dishing that stuff out as well? I want to do one quick shout-out. Mm-hmm. There's a gentleman down there who... Jesus, oh my God. God forbid now whatever happened to anyone. He's now surrounded by 4 women at home. His wife and 3 beautiful, beautiful daughters. The third of which was only born in the last couple of weeks. So Donegal Daddy, Mr. Micheál Brennan, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! A big congratulations. Fair play to you, boy.
How many children has he got now?
What?
How many children has he got now?
He has 3 that he knows of.
Right.
Yes. 3 girls that he knows of. The other thing as well, down the back is we went to see a show last week and it comes to support all of our stuff. Mr. Alan Clark, ladies and gentlemen, who is doing I don't know if it's sold out. His next live show is the 23rd of December in Castlebar. Is it sold out? Of course it's not, man. You couldn't fill a room to fucking save your life. Yeah. And the fella who was blaring out tunes, and we were putting them up on Instagram last week, dishing out all the hits.
He'd be
Ladies and
signing
gentlemen.
autographs after this.
Oh, he'd be signing
Yeah.
ditties if you have a pair of cans. No bother at all. Mr. Stuart Boys, ladies and gentlemen, is down the back. So thanks so much. Fair play to you lads for coming. Now, we got sent a gift. You might know her. We talk about her a lot. She sends us messages and dildos. She came to one of our live shows with dildos. Caroline, ladies and gentlemen, from Lily Goose Wax, has sent us presents. I swear to you, we do not know what this is. But she sent one to me, Ray, and to Justine as well. So we're going to open these up and see what the hell... Oh my God, it's fucking dice.
Oh, there's a dice with sexy things.
What is that?
Oh, it's a wine.
A bottle of wine. A very small bottle of wine.
Oh, it's a wine opener.
Oh,
That's
bottle of wine opener. No, it's a bottle of wine opener. You have to get the name right.
I put the lassie in classy. I tell you that. I know.
And then you got a mug
wines.
as well.
What does your mug say, Ray?
This man has the bestest wife.
Oh!
Ah.
That is for Ray. You might not have seen Ray since he got married. He got married, ladies and gentlemen, to an actual... Like a proper fine-looking woman. I know, it's stupid. Like it doesn't make any sense, but fair play to you. And his wife is down there as well. So if you want to ask her what's wrong with her, you can do that after the show. It's down there below. My one says, which actually is more aimed at me. If you're easily offended now, might you be a good time? Or if you're easily offended now, it might be a good time to fuck off. Is what it says on this.
What did you get now?
Mine says, I'm a big ride.
So if you want to get those lovely mugs, Silly Goose Giggles is the name of the website. .com or IE.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Legend.
So if you want your stuff to be plugged shamelessly on our show, just send us loads of nice stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if you happen to own like maybe a car company, that'd be brilliant, or something along those lines. BMW, drive it in. Here we go. No, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much indeed. Shut up.
Sorry.
Trying to wrap up the show.
I had other questions I wanted to ask her, but we probably can't ask them.
Ask one more tight and answer it as quick as you can. Frozen me giblets off.
You worked with Keith Duffy.
I did, yeah.
Is he nice?
Lovely.
Is he?
He's a lovely man.
Is he just as charming in real life as he is on the telly?
He is.
That's all I wanted to know. I'd have a fierce soft spot for Keith. Is he selling tyres now?
He's selling tyres.
That's a weird little career diversion from boys.
Isn't it? Yeah. I was always see more Westlife.
Are we fucking doing this really? Like, talking about Keith Duffy's career. The fuck, are you trying to revitalise it like or something?
No, it's just I find it odd that he's selling tyres now.
Yeah.
The fuck, man, if you were in the band like Boyzone at fuck all now, man, you'd be selling whatever you can. How are you going? What's that street in Dublin that they all do sell all the fucking fruit?
Moore Street.
Moore Street. He'd be down Moore Street, man, before you know what that fella. I don't want to badmouth him in case we ever have to get him on.
I tell
And then
you,
he's like,
so I was
scary.
never a Boyzone fan because Westlife were my life, and that's why even being in Sligo, I'm like, I honestly like Shane Filan was my.
Shane is here.
Shane, come on up, Shane.
Come on up. I'm a big ride, so
Were you a big Boyzone fan, yeah?
Westlife.
Or Westlife, sorry, Westlife I meant to say.
Die hard to the point a girl in my class had the birthday July 5th and I was so sad because that's Shane Filan's birthday and I was like we could have
Because the weird thing is around Sligo, you just kind of see him tipping around a bit.
I'd
like.
lose my mind.
Would you?
Yeah.
I remember one time I was in another establishment in Sligo and Mark Feely was in it. And he was out the band. And this girl came up to the band and she said, will you play a Westlife song? And I said to her, it's kind of awkward because one of them's here.
Yeah.
And she said, no, he's not. Right? And I said, he is. He's out in the smoking area. And she was like, he's not. I'll check. He's not. And she came, ran back in, bawling, crying.
Oh my God.
He's like, you know? But there is that weird thing that happens in Sligo where you just kind of go,
I
there's the
know,
boys.
and that's what I would. That's what I love. You find that a lot in Ireland in general. That we're just a bit like, yeah, you're famous, so what?
Yeah, that's it. I
Leave
said
you
that to him.
alone to enjoy. I love that.
Yeah, whenever I see Feely walking down the road, or if I see Shane Filan, I just go, fuck off now. Fuck off now, you. Because you can't let people get big heads and stuff like that.
No.
I'd be like, Keith Duffy me, yeah, fuck you, man. I prefer Keith Boyzone, fuck you, like that. I would, like, honest to God. No.
Yeah.
Waste time around this
You
place.
have to, yeah.
See, there was no harm asking her about Keith, was it? No?
I don't know why that came into your head. To
I
go,
was thinking none of the things I'd
I
written
love the way
down.
Ray stopped the end of the show to go, I have to ask her about Keith.
Ask.
How
I
often do you
have
get-
to ask about Keith.
How often do you get asked about Keith?
How is Keith?
I haven't spoken
Do you
to
still
him.
talk at all, no?
I'm not leaving until we really get to the bottom of what the fuck Ray meant when he asked you about Keith.
No, we're not in contact.
Nothing happened at all. No.
No.
You didn't meet him on fields, did you?
No. No,
Is that
we were in a movie together.
Of course you were.
Were you?
A film, yeah.
What's the film?
Poster Boys.
Oh, she is an actor. I thought she
Was
was.
she a full-on actor? Yeah.
I thought she was taking the piss when she was like, "Oh, I'm an actor." You know, the people say, "Oh, I'm an actor." You know?
But I'm not. Like, I do more comedy stuff. Like, I'd like to do more acting stuff, but I'm...
Where should people be following you? Not home, obviously, but no.
Unless Shine Violence here. I'm like, okay.
No, what should we be doing to keep an eye out for you now?
Well, like, I'm on Instagram and TikTok and all them, but...
Yeah, and are you posting regularly?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't posted on our page.
Yeah, we will.
No, so TikTok and Instagram is where we
Yeah,
should be
they're the
following
big
you.
ones. And yeah.
And gigs. You do the stand-up gigs.
Do gigs, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to... Yeah, hopefully doing another acting course and stuff as well, trying to get more into it.
VTAC level 5 in acting.
He's tag level 5, baby.
That's a good one.
If it's good enough for Keith Duffy.
Yeah, they fucking do, yeah. Look where it got him. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll all agree that Justine was a tremendous guest, and would you please put your hands together?
We might have more women on the show.
Let's get loads of women on the show.
Yeah, it's worked out really
I've
well.
said this. Let's get OnlyFans women on the show. Let's fucking see. Okay, the other thing is, we might as well announce this now. If you've enjoyed yourself tonight, we have a deluxe extravaganza show coming up.
20th of
The
December.
20th of December is the Kendy Raybo Christmas special, ladies and gentlemen.
Deluxe
in here.
extravaganza special.
So those tickets are going to be on sale in the next couple of days as well. But before that, you've already done your part by coming out here tonight. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much indeed. Okay, so yeah, we're going to Maeve's to drink a pint. So you're all going to get, if you want to, like it's midterm. You're all teachers. Fuck it. Okay? Let's go to Maeve's. Let's go to Maeve's. There's live music on at Maeve's. We're going to drink the heads of ourselves, and we're all going to join Fields. So we're going to do that afterwards. Thanks very much to Brian from Pixel Productions, ladies and gentlemen. And a big shout out to Brendan for flicking the keys off himself.
You can't see him anymore, but he's there. And the staff of Anderson's, obviously.
And the staff here in Anderson's as well for looking after us all evening. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you all on the 20th of December. The tickets are on sale very, very soon. Ray, this is what we do.
Oh, yeah.
To finish it up, we always go, fair play to me, fair play to me, fair play to me, and we shout good luck.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can do the last one, you'll know what it means then.
You know
okay, so this is all really organic. Ray, fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck! Thanks, guys.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and wonderful food items, and Maeve's Cosy Front Lounge.